Hey everyone, HonstHughie here, and it's that time of year where it's coming up Halloween, and I thought, you know what, why not do a top 5 Halloween movies to watch? So, before I get into the list, I've got a few honourable mentions, because it's really hard to narrow it down to 5 movies without including some amazing classics. So, I'm going to just spout off a few classics that I would recommend for Halloween. And I'm going to get into the list where I go a bit deeper. I do apologise, this camera's a little bit wonky. There we go. I think that's a bit better-ish. There we go. I will get a chair eventually, and then it'll look much better. And you can see my proper setup once I get the chair. But like I say, let's delve into it. So, honourable mentions. Obviously, it wouldn't be an honourable mention, and it wouldn't be a Halloween movie if I didn't mention Nightmare on Elm Street. Obviously, just nightmares in general. I would definitely say Friday 13th is a horror movie. Horror movie is a recommendation. Obviously, it's a horror movie. And then we've got like Creature of the Deep. We've got Fright Night. I can go on and on. But I thought I'd need to mention them 4 movies. There's also Slasher, but it's a show on Netflix. I would recommend the first season of that. I wouldn't recommend the other 2 seasons of it. So let's get into the... Oh, I know what you did last summer as well. See, I can keep going. And also, it's not really a horror movie, but it's one that I really like to watch on Halloween, and it's like a guilty pleasure one. I think a lot of people agree with this. Beetlejuice. Obviously, Beetlejuice is just funny, but I can watch that anytime. And there's a couple of movies I was going to add on this list, but they're not in this season. Well, they're a horror movie, but they're literally named different seasons. So, Heart Eyes. Obviously, that's more of a Valentine's Day horror. My Bloody Valentine. And there was Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving as it was called originally. Both of them movies are great. Originals to the new ones. I highly recommend them. You can watch them on Halloween, but I wouldn't add them on my list. Didn't feel right. So, let's get into this list. So, hold on 1 minute. My apologies, my voice completely went then. So, before I get into the actual list, thank you for liking the videos that I'm doing and subscribing, because I'm seeing my subscribers going up. So a massive shout out and a thank you to everybody who's clicking like and subscribing to this channel, because it's something I've been working on for a while, and it'd be nice to see it get a little audience, which I like. So thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, feel free to. So coming in at my number 5 spot, it is going to be, 1 second, I've got a list here. I've actually written it down because how can I forget? Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat. It's an old movie, but it's actually a full-on Halloween movie. It's based on the traditions of Halloween, which is where, obviously, you know, you carve a pumpkin out, you leave it out, you leave candy out, or sweets out, as we call it in the UK, and, you know, you answer the door, and you know, give kids sweets and stuff like that. You know, the whole traditions. And it delves into a curse where the town's cursed. This is why it's number 5, because it lost me a bit near the end. It's where the traditions get broken, so the kids vandalise and smash up all these pumpkins, and obviously the puppet guy, I think it's called Jack, comes round with a lollipop and obviously gets them. The reason why it's quite low on this list is because I didn't like the way it went. So it should have been a slasher, and it should have had a load of monsters in it, a load of Halloween monsters, the slasher. And it goes on way too long with the old man, and the ending, the whole tie-up of it with the school bus and stuff just threw me. I was just like, this is just not what I wanted it to be, so to speak. I kind of wanted a load of Halloween monsters in it, which it sounded like it was going to be. Don't get me wrong, I still recommend it. That's why it's number 5. Again, it's a bit old, but again, sometimes the old ones are the best. So I'm going to get into the number 4 spot. I've had to thingy these lists, so I've written a list out and then I've swapped them round loads because like movies keep popping in my head. This list's been hard to do. So my number 4 spot, Halloween. So obviously the original Halloween, yes, that would be number 1. But I'm going off the new trilogy. Now the first one of the new trilogy, which is the one that's on this list, just Halloween, perfect. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was great. Wrapped up nice at the end, left open for the second one, but you know you could argue he was dead then, but you know he's not. I had Jamie Lee Curtis back in it. It had all the cast in it, little pop-ups. Did the jump scares right about the blasting music. And I could even argue, as daft as this movie was, Halloween Kills was actually good for a slasher movie. Mike Myers is actually doing the killing, at least. The reason why it's number 4, and it saddens me, the last one of the trilogy. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I do apologise. I'm very post-nasal I've got, so I get like quite phlegmy, but I'm okay. It's just very, sometimes I'll be talking and it come out slower. It's quite fitting for this video though. If I added aliens, there you go, boom. Right, let's crack on Halloween. So the last Halloween I did centred around this new lad who accidentally kills someone at the beginning, and it tries to build a relationship with him and Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter, and it basically falls flat because it becomes more of a forced romance movie than a slasher. And then when you see Mike Myers, he's weak and he's just not Mike Myers in this at all. Like, even when at the end where they kill him, it's just so stupid. It's a letdown. And they build up this new Mike Myers. I'll just straight up tell you, they build up this kid to be the next Mike Myers and they just kill him off. So I was like, what's the point in this movie? It just doesn't seem, I'm going to act like it doesn't exist. It was a shame because I was enjoying the beginning of it. Because I actually was up for it. I was up for a new Mike Myers until we see Mike Myers, which is about an hour in the movie. And he's pathetic in this. Yes, granted he's weak because he's just got the crap beat out of him. But it's just like, it's not Mike Myers. It's not Mike Myers. What the hell? I'd rather Jamie Lee Curtis have wounded him badly. And that would have made sense. And if it was her hunting him this time, oh, imagine that. If it was the other way around. She was hunting him and he had a little cult, so she had to get through the cult. I would have loved that. That would have been mint. Anyway, and at the end she couldn't kill him because he'd be a martyr or something. Oh, mate. See, I can do a better script than them. God, who cares about a new one? Anyway, my other one, which was going to be my number... Oh, yeah, this one. I was going to do it as an honourable mention, but to be honest with you, I can't mention a Halloween list without... Now, this is the old school ones I'm going to mention here. Evil Dead. Old school Evil Dead. As in the first original Evil Dead. Like, way back. That one. Much as it's slower, it's arguably tamer. Arguably. This isn't like the remake of the first one. But it's got that creepy atmosphere. It's got everything from practical effects, the cabin, Bruce Campbell, and obviously I will add the remake of that original one. Not the new remake, the remake of it, like the second one was technically a remake. Was amazing. I loved it. From the screaming head to the creepiness to how over the top it was, gory. I even liked the new one Eli Roth did before we got the current one. I thought that was awesome. I actually really liked it and I don't know why I didn't do any more. I think it got bad reviews, probably because they swapped Bruce Campbell out for a female protagonist. I like that. I'm not against that, but I know a lot of people are, aren't they? So when it comes to this new Evil Dead, I didn't like it. I didn't like the new Evil Dead. It just went like off topic. It was just one demon. Like there's a couple of others, but there weren't. And then it combined her at the end of all the body shit. It was just like it didn't feel Evil Dead. It felt like stereotypical horror what we've been getting lately, where it's just all confined in one room, and you can get away with that. It's fine, but it felt like Conjuring, sort of Insidious-y, sort of more of a haunting, more of a possession, stereotypical possession movie instead of a legit Evil Dead demon, I'm going to rip your heart out and eat it movie. The characters' deaths were stupid as well. That's why it's number 3 on this list. The original is on this list, but the new one, the brand new one, I'm just acting like it doesn't exist. There's a drone kill at the beginning as well. It's just a stupid movie. It annoyed me because I wanted to like it. I really wanted to, but it just gave me more reasons not to like it as the movie went on. And like I say, as for the ending, my God, that ending. Terrible. Right. So, I'm going to get into, I've made a list. Oh no, I don't need this list now. I know the other two. Look, I made it. When I went to Rhodes, there's the map there, Rhodes. I'm going to go and visit it one time. So, number 2 is, I was going to make it number 1, but obviously, I have to narrow down a certain movie as well. Obviously, the original, I'm going to go with Scream. The original Scream. Now, since I'm doing it with my number 1 spot, I'll do it with Scream. I'll arguably say even up to current Scream, like the last one they did, all of them. I would actually say all Screams, but if I had to pick one, the original. Can't go wrong with the original Scream. From the non-music, the only music's on when the enemy's there, to you originally watching it, you don't know who the killers are. It's a surprise. It's the stoners. That was like the first time like stoners were actually the killer. Like a goofy sort of comedic role in it with the killers, and it was so good that it was two. It was just amazing. And when it revealed at the end, and the acting was great. The acting still holds up now. The practical effects still hold up now. All of it's great. What's your favourite scary movie? It's just great. And then we got scary movies from it, which was great. And we had a whole franchise, and it started, personally for me, apart from Psycho. Psycho was just, I loved Psycho. It started off the slasher sort of career for me, because I love a good slasher movie. You could arguably say Halloween's a good slasher movie, but Scream's just, that is pure slasher. And hands down, love the first one. Now, just to delve into Scream real quick before I get into my number one spot, just because we know what's going on now. So there's from the 5th Scream and the 6th Scream, if I'm recalling rightly, them two went off topic a bit, didn't they? Because we've got the 4th one. I like the 4th one. I liked it. Still Scream. These two were heavily hinting into her getting possessed, weren't they? Right? Or encouraged by the ghost of the original killer. I thought that was cool. It was nice to see him again as well. Damn, he's aged nicely, hasn't he? He's aged nice. Like, wow, if I age like that, I'll be happy. He looks cool now. He did anyway, but he looks really cool. He's also in the new Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which I think is going to be awesome. The whole original screencast. Before it cut me off, my apologies about that. The camera completely cut me off, said full storage. I deleted a load of videos to get room, but it didn't delete the backup files, so it kept all them on the phone and clogged it up. So technically, it said it was deleted and it wasn't. So as I was saying, it's going to be mint. I can't wait for the new Five Nights at Freddy's. And like I said, these last two Screams, I liked the direction it was going. It was going to go into her becoming like a vigilante Scream, which I think would have been really cool. But I do get the argument of this. It isn't really Scream. It wasn't Scream. It should have stuck with. I know it's the same formula again and again, but who doesn't like to guess who the killer is and see some really gory, intriguing sort of deaths? You want to see some gory, experimental, fun deaths. Thanksgiving was a fine example of how people still want to see gory deaths. Same with, I need to Happy Death Day then. Happy Death Day, that's a good shout. Same with, the one I mentioned before, Heart Eyes, which I did a review on this one. Mint movie. So, yeah, the new one I'm very excited for. Obviously, they got rid of the two main characters, Jenna Ortega as well. Jenna Ortega left. They were going to keep her on. She voluntarily left because they got rid of the main one. She did something, I can't remember what the main protagonist did. And it was something, she did something, I don't know what, some drama went on. And he wanted to just go in a new direction, which I get, because it wasn't really Scream anymore. It was slowly becoming a possession movie, and I didn't like that either. I like the fact we got to see him again though, like I said. But anyway, the original Scream is my number 2 spot before the camera cut me off. So to get into my number 1 spot, now I had to really narrow this down and think about it. But I can't not mention a really good witch movie. So, my number 1 spot, we've had slashers, we've had monsters, and all sorts. This is of recently, except the new one. I loved it. I thought it was great. It blew my mind, blew me away quite a bit. Fear Street, all 3. The Fear Street trilogy. Yeah, there you go. It's a little tongue twister there. All 3. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. From the deaths were awesome. The acting was great. To the conclusion at the end, thought it was great. I will quickly chime and say Prom Queen for Fear Street. Don't do it. It's not Fear Street. That should have been its own movie. Changed directors, and you can see it's such a terrible movie. Would have been good on its own-ish, apart from the ending. The ending's garbage. But them 3, it's just meant, it's perfect for Halloween. Perfect. You've got plenty of deaths. You care about the characters. You didn't want them to die at the end. You didn't like them to start with, and then you do at the end. You didn't want certain ones to die, and they died. Bread cutter. That's all I'm saying. And some of the kills are mint. And then we go on to the second one, which just delves into the past. And it shows the witch, and it's got her Stranger Things in, and it's just amazing. And then we've got the third one that goes back to modern day to deal with the witch, and you've got a... It's so good. It's really good. I'm not going to say too much about them three. So it's technically a tripler for number one. It's 3 movies, but it's a trilogy. Awesome. Yeah, I would definitely recommend that, because just mainly for the deaths. If you think it might not be your cup of tea, if you like a witch movie, great for witches, but it's great for the deaths as well. Like, the deaths are good. And again, it's got Scream hints. It's got can't go wrong with Scream. So there we go, top 5 horror movies I would recommend for Halloween. I'm going to end the video now before the camera ends it for me. And if you've came this far, again, I would give a good shout out to you. Feel free to like, subscribe, and I'm going to do more. I'm probably going to do a game one next. Top 5 games to play on Halloween. I'm probably going to do that video next. See how I feel. I might do a Gen V review, because I've got a couple of things to say about that. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Yeah, let's do it. And also, quick thing, just in case you don't know, Has Been Hotel Season 2 is out. Woohoo! I'll be watching that soon, baby. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye!